rather defer the commendation to you.
But at least you were given a work to do. At this point, you seem to have delivered quite resoundingly. And so you should be happy with the work you've done.
Well, with the inspiration from my boss, Dr. Omani Boama, and my colleagues, our eyes were on the ball. And as I always tell you, we keep our eagle eye. And then up to now, our eagle eye is still active. We were sure and we were very clear in our mind. The mandate given to us was to deliver the victory. And we did just that. And so, clearly, he gave us a direction. Dr. Manibana is a leader, is an inspirational leader. And I know we're going to beat this guy. So anytime you interviewed me, clearly you saw that I was telling that we're going to beat them more than 54%. And clearly we knew what we're doing, and it came to pass.
But you must be surprised at something. Or nothing surprises you at all? A resounding majority in Parliament, 56% of the votes. That should surprise you in a way.
My brother, me, I'm not surprised at all. Because we had worked for it. We've planned and strategized. And so all along we knew. That's why we're always on the heels of the Electoral Commission. Because we know that if anything was to go untowards, it was going to come from the Electoral Commission, not the NPP. Because the NPP, our strategy had finished them. We saw them as a disorganized body, which was being run by the EC. And so when it comes to electoral matters...
Oh no, did you say disorganized body being run by the EC?
Yes.
How?
Oh,
the NPP is a political party, EC is an independent organization that's supposed to be a neutral arbiter in the elections. How could they have been running the NPP?
You remember I told you time and again that we're having two opponents to fight with. The first opponent was EC, and the second opponent was NPP. If you play back my tips, you will see it. Because these people, they were running the show for the NPP. The NPP saw nothing wrong with all the ills the EC was going through. They were their backbone, and they supported every bit of their activities at IPAC. But we stood our grounds and resisted all the temptations, and we resisted all the nonsense coming from that quarter. So this was the challenges we faced. Two clear opponents. So it wasn't an easy task. But God being with us, we were able to surmount the challenge.
I see. But it looks like your work... Okay, so let me ask you, is your work done?
We are not done yet.
What's left to do?
Until His Excellency John Mahama is sworn in, and all our MPs, almost we are targeting 190 now.
190 seats.
Yes.
Yeah, but there are only a few seats left to be declared.
Currently we have 187. Okay. So we're level 3, and we are chasing the 3 through from the other side.
Which 3 are you chasing?
Oh, we are chasing Ahafo South. We are chasing Asawam Admojery. We are chasing that one. We are not going to allow it to go. Ahafo North, we are chasing that one. These 3 seats, we are not going to leave it. We will chase it till that cannot come.
Has Tepa been settled?
That is the one I'm talking of.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Has Suhum also been settled?
Suhum is not in our kitty. Okay. It's not settled.
But those 3, you're sure?
We are sure of winning that one. The house, we will win it. Arnold Domprey will not go to Parliament. He will not get there. He lost and lost massively, so he must understand it. We are not going to allow that cricketing they did in 2020 and got away with it. They started that same strategy December 7th night, thinking that they could get away with it. But we had planned for them. The same modus operandi they used, they wanted to use the same thing again. That's why some people lost their life. But what kind of people are these? As if the country belongs to them. If not, then nothing happens.
So, the 3 outstanding seats, you intend to pursue them, and you're sure you've won them based on the votes counted?
Yes, the people voted for it. Look, we're going to do the same thing they wanted to do for Domi Kwabinya, Tema Central, Ablekumanov, and all that. The same strategy they wanted to adopt. The same thing. But these 3 other areas, because of the strength of our people over there, they were able to get away with that rubbish. And that is why those seats are still in limbo. But Accra people stood up and said, no, we are not going to allow this. Easy, I don't know what their problem is. We are supposed to be a neutral arbiter. But I don't know why they've made themselves as if they are tied to the apple string of NPP. All these problems we are going through in this country currently is because of this easy behavior. If they have started the coalition early enough, after Ghanaians have voted, all these problems wouldn't have arisen. But because they wanted to manipulate the process and make sure that the NPP gets what they wanted, they delayed the coalition until somewhere midnight. And so all these problems, they had to collate throughout the night. To some extent, they even stopped collating somewhere along the line. I don't know where the instruction came from. All these things. So they created all these problems. And I'm surprised civil society, religious bodies are not calling them out for this. Why did they delay the collation of the results? They have finished. Presiding officers were holding their pensions. They brought it to the collation center, collected the results, add the results up, and declare the winners. They were holding it. And tensions were building up. Then they were using their internal mechanism to tell the NPP that, look, you have lost this area, let's mobilize and go and attack it. That's what they did in 2020. And they wanted to use the same method this year, but they didn't know that they are dealing with different groups. We're not going to accept any nonsense coming from any quarters. Because we collected our internal results by 11:30 December 7 p.m. We knew His Excellency John Dramani has won, and we knew we had won majority of the seats. So we had everything intact. And we're watching them with our eagle eyes, waiting to see any nonsense coming from there, and we're going to counter. And so this thing, they should stop it. Just be a neutral arbiter. Allow the process to go. And then anybody who loses, accept it in good faith. It's not the end of the world. We lost 2 elections, 2016, 2020. We didn't go that tangent. Why are they being serious like that? Why are they creating unnecessary insecurity in the country? Just because they've lost elections.
But they insist that, in fact, if you listen to the chairperson of the Electoral Commission when she was doing the declaration of the presidential results, she mentioned some constituencies and said it was because it was besieged by political party activists. That's why they could not declare or get the results of those constituencies. The NPP has also subsequently, in a press conference addressed by the Alexander Fenyumakins yesterday, also claimed that they are under attack from you, that you are the ones who are creating the insecurity.
You see, the massive defeat we've handed over to the NPP has disorganized their understanding of electoral processes in Ghana. The NPP, as of now, don't even understand the electoral process. I'm not surprised, because the kind of defeat they received, they've never seen it. They've never seen it. This is the first time. So their understanding of electoral process is completely out of order now. So I wasn't surprised at the press conference. I thought you guys should have dismissed their press conference with the contempt there. What was he talking about? Go to all the places that the declarations were made. There were policemen standing there, standing behind the returning officer, announcing the results. Some places had military men. At Domi Kwabinya, for instance, there were military men standing there. Look, a lot of policemen. The gentleman declared it publicly. So who forced him to declare? Was it the policeman or the military man? When they talk, look, history is not on their side. You know how they declare Sabzuku, Takwan Swayim, Seshuyosu, Esikado Kekan in 2020. Techima Saf. Do you know how they declared it? As if the Ghana just came into existence this year. The crooked nature, the way they declared those consequences, only God knows. Some was, look, for instance, Zabsuku constituency in 2020, it was declared in somebody's bedroom. And the time when they were declaring, it was only the NPP candidate plus the returning officer. And one joker from the NPP office, they stood at one of their bedroom and declared the results. And they accepted it. Where was Afenimaki? They accepted it. Now tell me, all these declarations that they are talking about, they were declared at the collation centers in the presence of the military and policemen. So what are they talking about? I'm not surprised. Their mind is in a limbo, so they just speak anyhow with this. The besiege of the collation centers. They should tell me which law says that Ghanaians should not come to the collation center. Collation is supposed to be a public event. You are allowed to come and witness the collation of your results. It's a public event. It's not a secret place where you have to go and lock yourself up in the room. Why do we count results publicly? We count results at the collation center, where party supporters, Ghanaians will come around and count along with even the presiding officer. Is that not what we do? We do it. When they are counting, people standing there are also counting along with them. And the results is announced there publicly. When it comes to collating of the results, you now ask people to go home so that you do your own thing. You use security to do your own thing. It won't happen. What they are looking for, we won't accept it, because we saw it in 2020. They made us to leave the collation centers. They used the security, killed some people, and announce the results for themselves. They wanted us to do the same method this year. We said, over everybody, to have it, come and stand there.
So, what then do you say for the to the MPP's call on the AC to annul all the results of these constituencies that they've identified?
My brother, I'm saying that their thinking capability has been disorganized by this massive defeat. So they don't even understand anything again. In parliamentary election, the power to declare results rests with the returning officer. It's in the CI 127. It doesn't rest in the bosom of the regional director of election or Jim Mensa. That's one thing they don't understand. They want to declare a parliamentary resource. He is the returning officer of the constituency. So if he declares somebody as a winner and you are not satisfied with it, you know where to go. You go to court. You have 21 days to apply that you are not satisfied with the results, and therefore the court should take a second look at it. But you cannot call on the regional director of electoral commission or Madam Jean Mensa and her colleague commissioners to annul a decision. They don't have that power. The law doesn't give them that power. They don't. That's why on Sunday I told Dr. Bosman and Tete that they should take their hands out of this, because we're saying that they are putting their hands in the matter and saying that the process of declaring is not correct, and therefore they must do the right. Which writing? If they haven't done the right thing, they should go to court and tell the court should call them and tell the returning officer that you haven't done the right thing, so therefore we are annulling the results. But you don't have that power, especially the regional director of electoral commission in Greater Accra. That lady is one of the biggest threats to the security of Greater Accra elections. What business was she having to ask that they should bring all the results to the regional office for her to look at it, and people, other parties should bring their pinches? She has no power. The CI does not give her that power. As soon as the returning officer declares, that ends it. If you want to challenge it, the law court is there. Go and challenge it over there. When they took our seats, 5 seats in those areas I mentioned in 2020, we couldn't ask them they should annul those results. What they did was to pursue the matter in court. But as usual, you know what happened. But today, lawyers of their stature will come and sit on platform, press conference, and say that they should annul all those declarations because it was done under duress and all that. Which law is saying that? Where did they get that law from? Where did they get it from?
Doc, thank you very much for speaking to us once again. I guess our conversations are not over. We have more to talk about moving forward. Thank you as always.
It's a pleasure.
We've been speaking to Doc, and I guess we'll continue to talk to Doc because they are now targeting 190 seats